that they are going to know, which Kim Possible might be a little outdated now. I'm just old. I'm 25, but like, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Morgan M. Steele. I am an author. Today is extra special because I actually get to talk about my author activities, which does not happen very often. We're not unboxing dolls, we're not talking about media, we're not playing Fortnite. Today we are talking about being an author and specifically an event that I did recently, which was a Comic-Con inside a mall. The event that I had the privilege of vending at was a Comic-Con inside a mall, a public mall. There were just normal mall people there, but it is a pretty big event. This is the 5th year that they've held this Comic-Con, and it gets bigger every single year. This year was no exception. The place was flooded with people. Here is an overhead picture. If you look really, really closely, zoom in really far, you can see me in there. I was in there. I was in the middle of that. So I feel like I've talked about it vaguely on the channel before. This is my 3rd year doing this event. It is the best one that I do. I always sell the best at this event. I have a ton of fun doing it. There's always a lot of cool cosplayers. People are always really super nice to me. I sold 83 books this year, give or take. I think we had one that was a misprint that I cannot sell, but other than that, like, 83 of my books are no longer in my stock, which is very, very nice. But yeah, lots of super awesome cosplayers, and surprisingly, lots of people coming back to me specifically for more books that were there from previous years. So thank you to everyone who came out to see me. That is so, so, so sweet. I love seeing my very small but loyal reader base. It makes me so happy. You guys are the absolute best. I promise I'm working on more books. They will come when they're ready. For those of you who have never vended at a Comic-Con before, I thought I would walk you through that experience. So on Friday, I really did not get any footage. Typically, this event has only done Sunday and Saturday, so I really didn't know what to expect on Friday. It was kind of slow, like most of the day. It was very calm. I sold about 10 copies that day, which is table cost. So right out the gate, like, I was covered. We were good there. Most of that day, I spent crocheting 40 flower petals for something I was working on. And I got, yeah, like a bunch of them done, so that was really nice. My mom was with me the whole day. She is my ride or die at these things. She's my table buddy, which means that she sits with me at the table. If I need to leave for any reason, she watches the table. So if I need to do a lap around the vendors, if I need to go to the bathroom, get some food, like, she's always there. She gives bags to the customers that are buying my books. She keeps track of how many books I'm selling. She's really just there to, like, help support me, but it's really, really appreciated. If you're ever doing an event like this, I do recommend having someone else at your table, whether this is a spouse or a partner or a friend, or if you're like splitting a table with a friend, like, make sure one of you is at the table at all times. It's really nice to have someone there so you're not like alone at this thing. She, the whole weekend, was reading the end of Resensei, the Lost Queen, which she has been chipping away at for the better part of the last 6 years. She finally finished it this weekend, but all day Friday she was like reading it, and she seems to have enjoyed it, so I'm very happy to hear that. She's on to O Positive next. Her favorite characters are Henry and Finnegan, and her whole commentary was, oh my god, I hope they're okay. So I don't have those answers yet. I haven't written the 2nd book. I'm so sorry, girl. She did some shopping. She bought the world's smallest straw hat keychain, which is so funny because, like I've said before, like, she loves the live action One Piece show. She loves Luffy. She can never remember his name. She loves Luffy so much. And so anytime one of the cosplayers walked by, she was like, oh, it's my guy. And I'd be like, yeah, that's your guy. But she got the straw hat keychain and she was so excited about it. She was like, this is my guy, right? And I was like, yeah, that's your guy. And then I met a very nice cosplayer who has been Instagram mutuals with me for like a while, and we didn't realize that we were each other in the moment. She gave me some little stickers, and so I've turned one into a magnet. It's on the magnet board. You'll see it from other angles, I'm sure. And nice to see her. I love cosplayers. They're so sweet. Like I've said before, like, the little star on my license plate here was actually from my first time doing this event. There was a very friendly teenager who gave me that little beaded star because they said it went with my outfit, and it was just like such a little like sweet moment, so I like to keep it there to like remember that little moment. I love little mementos. I'm a big trinket girly, obviously. Like, look at all of these trinkets. I collect them, but it's more about like the memories that they hold for me. So like those stickers were very, very sweet. I will treasure it for the rest of my life. Yeah, anyway, I sold decent that day. I sold 10 books, which was my minimum that I needed to pay off my table. So with that out of the way, day one, like I was really looking forward to Saturday, because on top of that, it's all just, I mean, it's not all profit because I had to pay for my stock, which was a good chunk of money, but that's having the table cost out of the way is a good sign that things are gonna go okay. Saturday morning, I started my morning looking like this. So shout out to my future love interest. This is the Sleeping Beauty that you have to look forward to every morning. I did my makeup, which was a pretty simple look. My costume on day 2 was Marnie Cromwell inspired. I'm a really big DCOM fan, and the Halloween Town movies are absolute staples of my childhood, specifically Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge, where Marnie looks like this. So she was my Halloween costume a handful of years ago, so that was just me reusing these costume pieces this time around. So I got dressed, I made my drink of choice, which is a chai latte right now, and we headed out on the road. The morning started off slow, mostly because we got there an hour early. I was able to get some more petals done, and then all hell broke loose. So it just was kind of immediate. I sold my first book before 11 o'clock even hit. Technically, we were open 11 o'clock until 8 p.m. So it was like 10:46 when I sold my first book. So like literally like not even at event start time. It was like after that. So the place flooded really quickly. Like as soon as 11 hit, there were people there, which I was not expecting. I didn't think things would pick up until like the afternoon or so, and that just was not the case. I had a lot of interactions with people. I sold a lot of books. We were literally so slammed. I wanted to walk the floor to do like my Comic-Con shopping, and I just literally did not have the opportunity to do that. There was just not a window of time where I, as the author, could step away from the table, which is an excellent problem to have, I will say. Saturday also had like a really awesome surprise in the store. One of my very dear family friends came to visit me with her husband, and she brought me this blanket and this custom pillow that I'm putting pictures of in here with the covers of my books on them, and I literally almost cried. Like, she has been one of my biggest supporters through this whole process. The way we met is kind of like a roundabout little story that I won't share here, but she has been so like supportive of me and my writing journey. Her name is Wendy. She reads all of my books before they come out. She is my best and most supportive beta reader. She is so just like amazing and loyal and just like supportive of my journey in a way that I never expected. And so like seeing her that day, I did not expect her to show up. I didn't even know she was in town because she is from out of town. So that just really like made that day super, super extra special. And she brought me Taco Bell and a large Baja Blast, which that is all I ever ask for. So that was very, very nice. I sold a lot better than I expected to, honestly. Like every year, I think I set a new record at this con for like the most books sold. Last year, I sold out of almost everything. I only had 2 copies walking out of there. This year, I had more than that left. I only had 1 copy of Resensere. I sold out of O Positive. It was a whole crazy thing. I did not sell out of Lost and Found. I never do. Like, I love those books, and they are my life and my babies, but they are my least popular sellers, which is fine. You know, the spy genre is really not for everyone. I always describe it as like kind of grown-up Kim Possible, and that's, you know, not everyone is into that genre, so I don't ever expect it to sell super, super well, but it was so much better than I ever thought it could be. And not only that, but like I said earlier, I had a lot of returning readers that were coming back and were like all jazzed that I had a new book out, and were just so excited that like I was there, that they were buying more books, that they had read the previous ones and loved them, which was so, so, so sweet. So just like hearing that feedback, like as someone on my tiny lowly level where I am, like it's just so nice to hear that people actually like care about the words that I have to say and the words that I have to write. It just really keeps me going. So that, I think that's like the best part of the job, is just to hear what people think of it. It's never been about the money for me. If it was about the money for me, I would have quit literally so long ago. I've been published for 5 years, you know, and sometimes like it doesn't even break even. Like I do put my own money into this sometimes because I just care about it that much. And so to hear that like other people care about these characters and other people care about like the things that I have written and the things that I am writing, just really like makes the whole thing worth it for me. All the hours that I spend alone like working on this thing, all the hours that I spend staying up late like working on this thing, it makes it all worth it. That's, I think, the part that I like the most. So yeah, just hearing from people that they are impacted by the things that I've done. Just really, you know, makes me feel good. I just got home from day 2. I did not get any footage day 1. I made like 1 TikTok. Ooh, so I don't know what you know because I have not scripted my voiceover yet for the other unvoiced sections of this video. It was a magical day. It was a beautiful day. It was a magical day. I sold out of O positive, which was awesome. So we sold like so many of those today. And then we got everything down to 1 tub. We started with 3 tubs. We're down to 1 tub, which is always great. One of my very, very dear family friends came to visit today. But yeah, today was just so like humbling and wonderful, and everyone was so nice. Like a lady asked to take a picture with me. Like I'm some kind of celebrity. Like just really, really awesome. And then a lot of like repeat visitors, like people who have bought books from me in previous years, who read them, loved them, and are like coming back for more. So I don't know, I always forget that there are people out there that are like waiting for more stuff to be typed from my fingies. So it's nice to be reminded. And everyone was so nice. I did not get the chance to walk the floor like at all. I got up to pee twice, and like that was kind of the extent of it. But I have not done like any shopping this weekend. It's kind of killing me, like being at a Comic-Con and not spending money. So, but I've been very well behaved. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that's big. I got nervous when I was signing books, and I signed 1 Morgan Steeel. So if you have that book, 1, I'm sorry. 2, I feel like that's got to be worth more. Right? Is that how that works? It's like rare because it'll hopefully that'll not happen again. It's just like it's so hard because I sign in cursive and my name has so many loopies, you know, 4 in a row in fact, and so sometimes my fine motor skills do not differentiate between the big loopies and the small loopies. So sorry about that. Anyway, but yeah, hoping I can do some shopping tomorrow. Hoping that it's just like a nice, chill, awesome day. And maybe I'll like sell out of other stuff. I don't think I'll sell out of Lost and Found, but we are close to selling out of Resensore, so that is very doable, I think. But yeah, just really, really awesome. Thank you to everyone who came out to see me and support me. It really does mean the world to me. You guys are the reason that I can do what I love to do. So it's just really gratifying. So yeah, I will see ya in the next little bit. I'll probably record like intro, outro for this video and whatnot. But yeah. Sunday was finally more chill. I was really hoping it would be. I finally got to walk the floor. I bought 5 pairs of earrings, including these. Not the roses, but the danglies, these guys. Super affordable. They were like $15 and they're so cute. Mopsy Bebop on all platforms. But they were so sweet and funny. So like go follow them. Go purchase their earrings. They said they're not on Etsy, but they do have their own website that you can purchase them from. So I would assume that is linked on their socials. If not, I can try to find it. I got a cute little ring that looks like a pair of leaves, and then so many Disney Star Wars Doorables boxes that my booth neighbor was selling. She was just trying to get rid of a bunch of them at the end, and she was like, I'll give you these 5 for $10. And I was like, yeah. So I bought those in a heartbeat, and she was raising money for a really good cause. So that, you know, that was good. I sold a handful more books. I had a couple people come back for like the full gauntlet, just would come back and buy all 4 of my books. O Positive was sold out, so not like all 4, but the 3 that I had left, they would come and buy all 3 of those the last day, so that was really awesome. I think really like my greatest advantage as an author is that like the stuff that I write is so spread out genre-wise that I really do have something for everyone right now. You've got Lost and Found, which like I said is grown-up Kim Possible, and then you have Resensore, which is a fantasy adventure, and then there's O Positive, which is a cozy vampire rom-com. They're all for kind of different audiences. Some people might be into more than one of those things, but you kind of have something for everyone that like comes to the table. I'm working on a murder mystery, so that will hook yet another group of people. And then I've got some other stuff coming up the pipeline that is different yet. And I think it's mostly just because I have ADHD. Undiagnosed, but ADHD no less. And I could not stick to one genre for the life of me. If I was stuck just like writing contemporary romance for the rest of my life, I think I'd just die of boredom. Like I just can't. And that's great for like the people that have that sort of career outcome. Like, I wish that I could be like that and just like be into one thing, but I am so spread out in terms of my interests and stuff that I just can't. Like, I just have so many different things that I want to write, and I can't be stuck in one genre, which is why I switch projects between books in a series, because if I just wrote all 3 books in a row, I would die, I think. I would explode or something. And I'll say, I always underestimate the vampire girlies, and O Positive is always my bestseller. And I always forget that it's going to be, and then it's selling super, super well, and I'm just like, why is this selling so well? And then I forget the power of the vampire girlies. They sell it out every single time. They love vampires. So next time I just need like 35 copies of O Positive. I didn't get much footage, but I was wearing my day 1 outfit again. It's not a photo, it's a video. Oh. I got her, boy. Which is Agatha inspired. It's like kind of if Agatha had absorbed like the Scarlet Witch power, basically. But this jacket I bought because my friends and I went to see Evil Dead the musical, and I needed something to get splattered in blood in. That jacket was the one, and I'm just obsessed with it. Just in general, I thrifted it. It's so cute, so I try to wear it at every opportunity I can. And yeah, at the end of the day, I managed to get all of my leftover stuff into 1 tub instead of the 3 that we brought, and we packed it up and we went home. So now that you've come on this little journey with me, I think I will share some tips for people that are thinking about being a vendor for the first time at a Comic-Con, at any other like type of like maker's fair, maker's market kind of thing. These are my tips if you're going to be vending at a table all day. Firstly, get in really good with your neighbors, like your booth neighbors on either side, the people behind you. Those are the people that you're actually going to be stuck with the entire event, whether or not you have someone sitting with you at your table. Those people are going to be your team. If one of you has to go pee, like you have to watch each other's tables. Sometimes they sell really cool stuff also, and sometimes you can barter with people. I've bartered before. Once I traded a copy of Recensere for a print of Zuko, Azula, and Iroh, and it's like one of those like it changes the different ways that you look at it, like one of those, not like holographic, but you know what I mean, where it's just like it changes, it has different sides. Traded a copy of Recensere for that. I love doing barters. Please barter with me. And then I got these from, gonna knock over all the trinkets on this desk, my booth neighbors of the previous 2 years who were not there this year. I missed them so much. They were so fun. We were booth neighbors 2 years in a row, but the first year I got this giant D20 and it's so pretty. It's just like so pretty, blue and purple. And then the second year I got this biggin. This one is huge, but it shines like Labradorite, and I just think it's so wonderful and pretty. And it's got, instead of a 20, it has a gem symbol there. So, and then they have a bigger size, and so if they were there this year, I was gonna get the bigger size and just complete my collection. But they were not there this year, which makes me so sad. But yeah, getting good with your booth neighbors. It's important to be nice to them, like I always am. Secondly, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself at these events. These are long, long days. It, like, when you're at, like, a con as an attendee, which I do a lot, I go to Motor City Comic Con twice a year every year, I know how long a day is as an attendee, but that's when you're getting up, walking around, getting food, you know, seeing the stuff, seeing the floor. When you're stuck at that table all day, those days are so much longer. So take care of yourself, drink water, eat like one solid meal. For me, that was like a Taco Bell bowl that I was scarfing bites between customers because we were that busy Saturday that I did not have time to just eat. I had to like take a bite. Oh, actually, do you have any questions about my books? So drink tons of water. If you're a caffeine person, bring your caffeine, you know, make sure you have your meds if you need to take them in the middle of the day. Really, like, bring something to pass the time, because these are, like I said, long days. Like, if there's no one at your table, it might be kind of boring, so you might want to bring a book to read. Personally, like, I don't like to be too engrossed in something when people come to the table, so I usually do crochet, because that's something that I can do and, like, look away from it and, like, set it down. Whereas if I have a book, like, I'm in there. Like, I'm in there thinking about stuff, and I'm not going to see the people that are at the table. So I bring something a little less involved, so crochet. But yeah, bring something to do. Make sure you're drinking fluids. Make sure you're going to the bathroom. Really just take care of yourself. Wear comfy shoes. No reason to be uncomfortable, you know? 3, if you're selling things and like having to market your work a little bit, specifically for like authors, like if you're just selling toys and stuff, I don't feel like that's really necessary. But if you're selling like your work, like if you have a graphic novel or a book or like specific like artwork, sometimes that kind of speaks for itself, but still, make sure you practice your little spiel that you're gonna give when people approach your table. So like mine is, what is it? Let me know if you have any questions. Bookmarks are free. My business cards are right here. And then if they ask about my books, then I say, so that one right there, that's Lost and Found. The first one's in the front. The second book is right behind it. The second one just came out very recently, actually, so they know that that's the new one. So they ask, oh, what's it about? And then I say, so it's about like this girl, Mia, and she works for an agency. It's called Found, the Facility of Undercover National Defense. She has this clueless civilian boyfriend that doesn't know any of that, so she's trying to keep it a secret while saving the world. It's kind of like Kim Possible, but like grown up. So if you like that, you might be into that. And I feel like these are all really important. So you have your basic plot synopsis, you have kind of the audience that it's intended for, and then you have like a comp here, which is, for me, this is for the general audience, like something that they are going to know, which Kim Possible might be a little outdated now. I'm just old. I'm 25. But, like, you know, you want a comp that they are going to know so that they latch onto it and they're like, oh, I like that thing. Okay. But you want it to be like an honest comp. You don't want to just be saying things because they're popular. Like, you want it to actually have those vibes because you don't want people to come in with the wrong kinds of expectations about what it is you're selling them. So be honest. But, you know, find pieces of media that kind of resemble it. So, for example, with Resensore as well, when I'm trying to sell that one, I don't say that it's like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, because that's not true. I do say that it's like The Hobbit, though, because the style of adventure is very similar. The Hobbit is a children's book. It's very episodic in that every chapter is a different adventure. Every chapter is a different little shenanigan that Bilbo is in. And then it kind of, like, it culminates into something bigger at the end. But Resensore is like that, where, like, every chapter they are going to a new place and experiencing a new thing. So it's not like Lord of the Rings, but it is like The Hobbit. So you just kind of have to think about it like that. I also say that it reads like a D&D campaign, because it really does. Like, there's, like, an adventuring party. They all have their own little backstory. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and they are adventuring together through this kingdom. They have their campaign, as it were. So be honest about the things that you're selling, but, you know, just kind of dig in and like find pieces of media that are popular, that people like, that are actually genuinely similar to the things that you're selling. And that seems to help me a lot because, you know, people don't know what to expect. I also do print out fact sheets for each book so that if I step away and my mom is at the table, people know what they're getting themselves into, even if if it's something she hasn't read, they will know kind of what they're getting. But also, like, some people just don't like to talk. Some people just like to read, and that's fine. And so I like to make sure it's accessible for everybody. So I just print it out and they can, you know, read it at their own pace. But I always say, like, if you have any questions, let me know. And then I explain stuff for people who need it in a little more depth. But yeah, so just have that all practiced, have that all ready to go. And that's going to save you a lot of stumbling through words, basically. 4, in addition to being prepared, having your spiel prepared, have your payment methods ready. If you're using like Square or something like that, make sure your login is readily available. Make sure you have logged into it recently enough that you know your password for stuff. Like, I know me personally, like, I go a long time without using stuff like that, and so sometimes I forget things, and it's important to just have that available. Just know what email you used, so you're not like fumbling when a customer comes to the counter. You want it to be logged in, ready to go. Make sure you have your reader on hand, whatever that is. If it's like one of the little ones you plug into your phone, if it's one of the big nice ones, make sure that is ready and functional and charged if it needs to be charged. Make sure you have enough change for people if they're paying in cash. Think about your pricing and like the way that you have priced things. Do you need ones? Can you get away with just 10s and 5s? Personally, I price everything that way, so I can just bring 10s and 5s because I hate doing math and I hate fiddling with dollar bills. So, you know, the easier I can make it for myself, that's always the route that I'm going to take, and I hate having like coin change. So yeah, I just try to keep it nice and even for folks, but make sure you go to the bank ahead of time and get the necessary change that you need so that you can give people change, all of that stuff. I also have like my Venmo like readily scannable on like a sheet that I have printed out, so people can just like scan that immediately and they don't have to look me up by username. Like that's all just available there. You can do it with PayPal, you can do, you know, Cash App, Zelle, like whatever you have that's like an e-payment. It's important to have multiple forms just because people pay in different ways. So, and people have different reasons for like not using card and only using cash, and that's totally fine too. But me personally, I like to make it as available to everyone as I can. So I have 3 methods of payment ready to go when I get to the table. 5, you want to make sure that you are giving people a way to interact with you once they go back home. So for me, this is business cards mostly. It has all my socials on it. So if they like the book when they get home, or if they didn't purchase a book but then are curious when they get home, I always have business cards ready to go. 90% of the time people are taking the card, they're not going to do anything with it, and that's fine. But the 10% of people that you reach, like they need to be able to remember you once they leave the building, because they won't. They say they will, they won't. And then also I do bookmarks of my books. I do these as freebies. Some people charge for bookmarks. Totally up to you. Mine are always free because on the back of it they have ebook information. Actually, no, they're not in shot. They're way up there. Way up top. But my bookmarks, they have the ebook info on the back because some people are e-readers. So I like to have that information available for them if they prefer to buy it that way. Not everyone is into paperbacks. So again, with accessibility, just making it easy for folks. The easier you make it for folks, the more likely they are to interact with that information. The harder it is for people to find you, the less likely they are to put in that effort. So you want to make it really easy for them, you know, make sure that they have a way to find you once they have left. And then finally, keep your mood light. People like a fun vendor. People like a vendor that's going to compliment their cosplay and be very nice to them whether or not they buy anything. No one likes a crabby vendor. Just like really like, you know, I know these are long, like stressful days, and it's hard for me sometimes. Like I get a little frayed at the ends, like in the morning when we're getting set up, and at the end of the day, like I get a little worn down, and it's hard to keep that smile on. But like you just, especially with the customers, like just really try to be nice to people. Like, that's like the biggest thing. People are not going to buy from you if you're mean to them. Bare minimum, I fear. Like that is just kind of common knowledge in life. Like people are not going to be nice to you if you're mean to them. Just be nice to people. It goes a long way. But yeah, that was my experience vending this year. As always, I had a lovely time, and I will continue to do this con probably forever. It's kind of my favorite one. It's a very fun one to do, and it's very like entry level. Like their table cost for new vendors is like very decent. So, you know, it's something that I love, and I will continue to do as long as I am able to do it. This is my favorite part of being an author, is like meeting people, signing books, talking to them about the books. Like the writing is one thing, and that is my passion, and it always will be. I will always write books until I die. Like I can't imagine a world where I'm not writing something all the time. It's like breathing to me. But this part where it's like finished and I get to hold it and flip through it and talk to people about it, that is like really, really fulfilling, just on like another level. Just like having it done, having done the work and having it pay off is just really, really nice. So thank you to everyone who came to see me. If you're watching this video, I was plugging my channel a little bit, so maybe you're watching this and you were there. Thank you for coming to see me. Thank you for clicking onto this video. I will continue to make more. It's not always about writing though. Like if you followed me just for writing stuff, I'm so sorry. It's like 10% of my content, maybe. This channel is just for me. So, but yeah, thank you so much for coming to see me. It really does like mean the world to me to talk to you guys. So yeah, I'll see you at the next one. I'll be there. Be there or be square. I will be there. Have you ever been a vendor at a convention? Are you an aspiring author hoping to do this one day, to be on the other side of this one day? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. That's gonna be it for this video. And as always, take your meds, drink your water, and I will see you when I see ya.